In our 21 days of wellness chats, we are here today with Ashley Mielke talking about how are we going to prepare emotionally for the holidays. A typical holiday season is generally marked by shopping, parties, large gatherings, and most importantly, connecting with our loved ones. This season, however, we won't be able to do most of this, Ashley. And with that, I'd like to ask you, what advice do you have for people on how to control their emotions this holiday season?
So, firstly, I want whatever your experience to be, I want you to know that it's normal and natural. This is truly a collective loss experience for us and our community. And so, we're going to feel a lot of conflicting feelings. We have to allow that to be okay. So, typically, when we feel uncomfortable, we've really been taught to sort of minimize and isolate and sort of push down our feelings. Instead, what I want you to do, or what I encourage you to do, is just to be emotionally honest. Acknowledge your feelings, validate them, share them with someone you trust, and allow that to be okay. This is a grieving experience, and we're all gonna sort of show up to the holiday season in a very unique and individual way. And we want to honor the uniqueness that even though your experience emotionally might be different from the next person, maybe it's your spouse or your parent or your child, whatever your experience is, it is completely normal and natural.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think that not only are we worried or in this phase of angst for not having parties or not seeing our loved ones, but a lot of us have lost our loved ones, right? So I think that that also brings so much added emotions to this holiday season.
Absolutely. So not only like the holidays can be a really painful time for a lot of people because they're
Mhm.
reminded of a loss, maybe it was a recent loss or a loss from long ago. And now with the added restrictions because of COVID, there's this added layer of isolation and loneliness and sadness and even stress. So we don't want to ignore that. We don't want to pretend it's not there or try to bury it. We really just want to call it what it is. Some great quotes that I love to live by, especially when it comes to emotions, is we have to feel it to heal it.
Mm.
And so just remember that we have to give ourselves permission to identify our feelings, express our feelings, share them openly so that we don't become the feeling. So we might move from a place of sadness to a place of joy, to a place of laughter, to a place of pain. We don't know. I mean, it can change from minute to minute or hour to hour, and that's okay. This is really a part of the human experience. And things are just different this year. And that's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I agree. So different. And I think a very important takeaway from what you're talking about, Ashley, is to be able to sit with that feeling or that emotion and to be able to recognize it. I think recognition is the first step that we take in identifying how we're feeling and being able to resolve it, maybe not today, but maybe at a later date.
Right. We can absolutely contain it or put it away, or if it feels safe and appropriate, and maybe there's someone with you that you trust to talk to, then share that, express that. When we share our feelings and our experience, we give permission to others to do the same.
Mm.
So, maybe it's you and your spouse, or you and your immediate family, or maybe it's you and a parent. This is a really great opportunity to check in with each other, just to say, how are you doing?
Mhm.
Whatever their experience is, to just respect that and honor that. And by allowing ourselves to feel that feeling, we can actually move through it a lot more quickly and get back to being present, right? Get back to enjoying the moment, finding joy, finding meaning in the experience, even though things look very different
Yeah.
than traditional years.
Yes, I agree with you very much. And thank you for that. Also, Ashley, I wanted to just ask you very quickly, a lot of parents, because of the economic condition that we've been through this pandemic, have either lost their jobs or don't have anything going for themselves right now, and probably are feeling a little awkward and not being able to buy their children or their loved one Christmas presents and things like that. How can families deal with those feelings?
Well, again, I want to validate, normalize that experience, that this is really a collective loss. That's so, I mean, thousands, millions of families are going through. And so you're not alone if that is the situation. So really, at the end of the day, the most important need that our children have, that our loved ones have, is this need for connection, the need for emotional availability, the need for emotional presence. So I think this is really the silver lining, Anshu, and really the gift in all of this is, for the first time, we're really just given permission to be still and be quiet and be present with our loved ones in a way that we've really never been before. We're so used to the hustle and bustle of the holiday season and consumerism and purchasing and gifts. But at the end of the day, what do we really need? We need love. We need connection. We need to know that we're valued, that we matter. And so let's see this as an opportunity to deepen and strengthen our relationships and connection with our families.
That was so beautiful, Ashley. I think you've said it so beautifully, that it is that connection, it is that time. It's a gift of time, I think, and time is a precious commodity. We both know it is so valuable. So I think this holiday season, we give our children, we give our loved ones the gift of time and being there for each other. So thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us on this wonderful episode. I greatly appreciate your insight. To all our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for more episodes on our 21 Days of Wellness Chats. Thank you all.
Thank you.